Just setting up to cut those boards by hand. There's the knife lines that I did earlier. I'm just going to get a chisel, just cut a V-notch in against the knife line. If it moves again, I'm going to change that to a G-clamp. These Yr11 clamps are not good to clamp with. This is just to start off the saw with. Make sure I'm still in frame. Yep. This was the face edge, as you can see. There is a V-notch. Cut now, so we're going to start off the saw absolutely plumb and square. Board square, I'm going to go this way so I can actually hold it properly. Done. There's our V-notch. Starting notches set, we'll just cut the thing. I don't need to bother about square across the top because that's what the V-notch is for. Just watching that I'm cutting square down. There's one half, as you can see here with the V-notch. Now the teeth have actually started perfectly. Same thing, I'm not caring about horizontal, only caring about vertical. This bench needs chocking up, doesn't it? I'm saving this block because I'm going to cut out that bit there to match that grain pattern later where I've got the notch, where I've got the chip out of it. And lastly, so there are our two halves of the block. That's how we cut them. So let's put a cross on the inside. And we're there. There's the cross on the inside. There's the base. There's the oil stone in. There's the top. Remember that this one was 1 millimetre longer. There's your oil stone case. It's looking okay. There's a little bit of a gap there. See the gap looking at it end on? That's because we cut out so much of the middle, the timber's sprung back. So we just got a little bit of plain work and we're done. Okay. I've got the stone physically inside of the case to hold the two halves together. Let's just clean it up now, starting with this edge. Going that way. I'm planing down those so they match perfectly. Actually now gone the other direction. I must have misread it first up. Done. Flip it over, plane the other end to size. Not much. That way. This is a difficult part. This is planing end grain. I've used the wax on the bottom of the plane, lots of it, and a fine, sharp plane blade. Every time we come off, we're going to plane an edge. So I'm going to first up, let me try and speak in English. Every time we come off the end of the plane, we're going to break out a bit. So on this one, later on we're going to clean it up properly. Because the top of the drawing, as you know, has got a 5mm chamfer on it. Here I'm just going to plane a slight chamfer where I'm coming out, not caring too much about how it looks. From here, just draw circles with the plane. See, I've got the plane moving in circles. Shouldn't take it too long to cut it down. Anti-clockwise, clockwise circles. Might work here a bit. Getting close. So that's just moved in the vise. You'll definitely know when you're there. This is what they used to do before disc sanders in schools. It does give a better quality of finish. There you go, I'm getting close now. end grain. That's what they call shooting end grain. There it is shot. Nice and square, plumb. Same on the other side. First thing, we'll just plane the chamfer. Done, and same thing, draw circles. Not too far to go. More wax. The blade's getting a little blunt here, but I should have just enough to get it going. There it goes, about another 15 strokes. Done. So there's both ends shot. Finally, we got to get rid of that. That end's nice and flat now. That end's nice and flat, so that's actually just the concave edge. Let's have a look inside. I'll remove the stone now. There you go, that's one. Still got a little bit of a pencil round on that. I'm just going to leave it there and put that down to me missing it when I was tired earlier. The other alternative I've got is to take a millimetre off everything, but I won't. I'm going to leave that as it is. That's perfectly flat, perfectly square, but if you can see there, there's that little bit of the round from the original timber still on it. That there is your all stone case. Like so. I think that's on back to front because they're not a mirror image. That will loosen up fairly quickly with use. If not, just ease it off a bit. Nope, it's got to be that way. There you go. Done. One all stone case. I did forget one thing on this, and that is it specifies a 5mm chamfer on the top, so I'll just finish it off just with our 5mm chamfer. As I said, I'd already planed the chamfer on that end grain both ends. Just going to use a combination square just to set the 5mm, or you can use a finger gauge. $5mm that way. A chamfer is 45, so that means that's also 5mm. Make sure I haven't moved. Done. To plane a chamfer, same thing, I'll just make sure I'm on the screen. Yep. To plane a chamfer, it's kneel down on one knee, put the plane at 45 degrees, just draw circles. Notice I'm lifting up, so I'm not breaking out the grain. Keep a close eye on it. Just basically draw circles with the plane. Keep a close eye on both lines. By drawing circles, they're actually visible. Done. There's a chamfer. Do the other end. I'm doing the end grain first, then I'll do the long grain. The other end. The long grain. For this, I've basically tipped the plane over at 45 degrees. I'll try and change the angle of the shot. I'll just get something to sit that on. And hopefully it doesn't fall down. Guarantee you it will. I'll just hold that and try and demonstrate. I've got the plane about that angle. 45 degrees that way. 45 degrees that way. Now let's just push this back a bit, get everything back in shot again. Like so. And now full strokes, full length. Once again, keeping an eye on both lines. You want to see the line on the face as well as the line on the side. I have not used a gauge because I didn't want to scratch into the timber. Done. So what I've got there, see how that marries up nicely on the corner, goes to there. The other one is one shot too far. That's just one stroke of the plane too far, so I'll just have to clean that up by taking off just a little bit off this one. Fixed. Now the miter goes back to the corner. Do the last one. Project is finished. Take a bit out of the middle there. Done. There's your old stone case, completely done. I might, because that gap's eating at me as a tradesman, I might just go through and just put a decorative chamfer all four sides on that just to clean up the mistake. But aside from that, project's finished. Chamfer on all four sides, just to hide the error. Now at least it's clearly visible as a brake line all the way around. Definitely looks neater. Okay, there's your all stone project.